Hi, my name is Jason Singer, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Gobstopper. So it strikes me as amazing that we would never actually send a doctor in to treat a patient with a severe illness with a medieval technology like a good old-fashioned bloodletting, right? But somehow, we have no qualms sending a teacher into a classroom with a technology of similar ilk. The printed book hasn't been really innovated on, especially within classrooms, in 600 years, and yet we send teachers into those classrooms with that technology with about 30 to 35 hormone-laden teens. And now I am way ahead somehow. Sorry. So we're addressing that by revolutionizing the reading lives of kids with a big goal of having 10 million read 100 by 2023. And that sounds kind of crazy if you've ever dealt with a teen who's kind of lost their love for reading, but our contention is that it's really just a matter of replumbing and putting reading into a medium that kids love and spend all of their time on. In fact, we don't believe that kids don't like reading. The data is there to support that they do. But somehow, what we do is we send fifth graders, 75% of them read 3 or more days a week in 5th grade. By the time they reach 12th, that's down to 21%. So literally over 7 years, we've decimated the reading lives of kids. And we do that largely because by the time they get into upper middle and high school, their reading lives are their assigned reading lives. It's the books that we give them in schools, which is just kind of fundamentally broken considering, I don't know why this continues to go forward and backward. And so we're going to change that. So what is this just, it must be me. So Gobstopper, Reading 2.0 is awesome. For the first time, teachers can take their questions and quizzes, those things that end up on pieces of paper that get wadded up and put at the bottom of the bag, and put them directly into the text that they're teaching. So now when a student is reading, the question pops out in perfect context. They can actually get real-time feedback on what they understand and what they don't. Most kids stop persisting, not because they're not interested in what they're reading, but because they're unsure of whether they really understand it. And teachers can put videos of themselves explaining content directly in the text. So imagine that. Whether you teach 25 or 150, whether your kids do their reading at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m., as a teacher, you can be there right at the kitchen table, providing right time instruction about those Common Core standards. And maybe even teaching me how to keep this from going forward. And every student interaction is a data point that gets rolled up into a dynamic and interactive report that teachers can access at any time. And it tells them what percentage of students have done the reading, what the average quiz grade was, how long it took them. They can drill down on individual student performance, see how they did on Common Core standards, individual Common Core standards, and individual questions. They can look across their class. And every day before they enter a classroom, see how their students did on a Common Core standard. So they know, man, I knocked it out of the park yesterday and they mastered it, or I didn't, and I need to spend today reteaching, instead of waiting 3 weeks to get to a benchmark assessment that tells them the same thing. And these layers are created by teachers. And by the winter, there'll be a crowdsourced marketplace. So the best teachers in the country are creating curriculum for teachers to leverage and use in the books they teach. Really. And the time is right. 9 to 17-year-olds say they will read more if we give them e-books. 50% of students have smartphones, 55% of schools have bring your own device programs, and Gobstopper is browser-based. It's platform agnostic. A student can start working on it on a desktop or laptop in their classroom and finish it on their smartphone on the bus. And even more importantly is this number over here, which is that it turns out that young adults actually are reading ebooks. The fastest growing segment in publishing are young adult ebooks. We've made tremendous progress. We've had big innovations in every area of education except for reading. And Gobstopper aims to change that. And the market is big. $290 million just captures Accelerated Reader and Scholastic's products and services business last year. Follett and Scholastic sold $6.8 billion in books last year to colleges, libraries, and K through 12. And this is the team to do it. I've spent the last 10 years of my life founding and running 2 KIPP schools. You put that in context, that's 3,650 days where I woke up every single day, resolutely focused on driving student achievement and making sure that my teachers have the time and the tools and the data to do that. Mauricio started and sold a very successful enterprise software company. He's our CTO. Marika is a 7-year veteran English teacher who also has an MFA in creative writing. And Sean Nedden is this brilliant front-end engineer. The product speaks for itself. We launched the product March 1st. We went over 1,000 users in the first 30 days and well over 5,000 unique visitors. Our early investors include Reed Hastings New Schools Venture Fund. And we've made tremendous progress with the big 5 publishers on a new product that costs a fraction of the regular product and is a limited circulation product. If you ask anybody in a school, that's what they're looking for to transform how they buy books. And that's Gobstopper. Thank you very much.